So to get an effect like this, first you need to shoot a video of yourself doing the acting like this. So you need to pretend like you are inside a helmet, inside an Iron Man helmet, and you just need to record a video of you acting doing like that. So I had shot one video. I'll just show you. First thing you will notice is a workspace like this. You just need to create a new project, and then such an option, such a workspace will come. Okay, then what we need to do is we need to create a new composition. A composition is in After Effects is basically it's similar to like layers in Photoshop if you have ever worked with Photoshop. So you can just click here to create a new composition. A dialog box with all the composition settings, like whatever the width, whatever the height you want to uh, have the composition, or whatever the frame rate you want. You can adjust all these settings here. So I'm just going to name my composition to HUD Iron Man because that's what the effect we are going to learn today. And I'll change my width and height to 1920 pixels by into 1080 pixels. So these are my dimensions that will work today. And rest of the settings can be same. Background color should be black, and just click on OK, and we have created our composition. Now we can start importing all of our uh, materials in here. Import the videos. There are many methods, but the simplest way is to just drag and drop all of your videos into the composition. Wherever you have downloaded all the resources, just go to that folder. Like I have downloaded the videos in the folder called Edith. So I'm just going to import these videos right now. We only need the video in which I was acting right now, so you can import that. You need to drag it and drop it into the After Effects window. You have to drop it in this project panel. Right now what we have done is we have just imported the video into the project file, like it's not in the timeline. In After Effects, the editing is done in the timeline. It's basically like a timeline editor. So here you can see there is this timeline marker. When we move this, uh, we can move through the video, and like we can edit on each frame. So for a video to be in this timeline editor, we just need to drag it from the from the project window to this composition window. The thing you can see here in the left bottom left corner, this is the composition window. Just drop it here, and you can see uh, it is being imported into the timeline. So just to navigate through the video, you can just simply drag the blue marker you can see in the timeline, right? If you just drag it behind, then it will go to an earlier part of the video, or if you drag it to the right, it will move forward. It's very simple. You can press spacebar so it moves on its own. Okay, so we can see the video here. Cool, right? Also, like there are some more settings that you need to make sure so that your work is very smooth. Just because After Effects requires a lot of graphics, so it's better if you change the quality, the sample quality to quarter. Like right now you can see this drop down menu, right? So for you it must be in full or some half quality. It's better if you put it in quarter quality if your laptop isn't good, so that you can work faster. Put it into quarter, and now when I play, it is running very smoothly. So the next step is to just select the part which we want. So as you can see right now, like initially I am just doing something that I don't want it into the video. Like the initial 4 to 5 seconds, I don't want Okay, so I'll just move to the point where from where I want to start the video. And if you can see this two blue markers in the timeline, so this basically allows from where to where the video will go on. Okay, so if I just move this work area, if you can see this blue icon that I'm moving, I'll just place it where my blue marker is. Similarly, I'll search for a point till the point which I want to be included in the video, and till the end it's fine, so I'll just leave it like that. Now to trim this part, we can just we can just right click on this area, and we can click trim, come to work area. So this way, whatever the extra part, the extra stuff that I didn't want, that has been removed. So after you have just placed the marker at the correct position, you just need to right click and press trim, come to work area, trim composition to work area. Then the only the part that you have selected will be shown in the timeline. See, now as you can see right now, my face is like uh, very huge compared to the composition, so we can adjust the position, the scale, and all of those properties in After Effects. Okay, so we just uh, if you can see a drop down arrow like this here, you press that, and if you select transform, then all those properties that you want to edit will show up. Cool. So if I want to change the size, I can just uh, put a size. If I click here, and I can just enter a size that I want, it's based on percentage. So like right now it's at 100%. If I want to decrease the size, I can enter a value smaller than 100. Or there is an simply you can drag this towards the left like this, so the size is decreasing. If you want to change the position, you can simply drag these two things. The position, it in After Effects follows the XY coordinate system. So the first attribute here is the X coordinate, and the second one is Y coordinate. If I change the first coordinate, it will move along the X coordinate, X axis. It will move along the X axis, and if I change the second one, it will move along the Y axis. So just place your video where in whichever position you like. So I feel like this looks better. This looks best. And if you want to scroll in, if you want to zoom in, you can just use the uh, scroll option in your mouse. Like I'm just scrolling in to zoom, scrolling out to zoom out. It's very easy. You can just try that. So after you have placed your video, we just need to uh, trim out. We need to cut out all the parts that is not required. Like if you can see the video which I had made earlier, which I had shown you earlier. As you can see here, only my face is visible. We just need to select out our face. So after you have just placed the marker at the correct position, you just need to right click and press trim, come to work area, trim composition to work area. Then the only the part that you have selected will be shown in the timeline. See, now as you can see right now, my face is like uh, very huge compared to the composition, so we can adjust the position, the scale, and all of those properties in After Effects. Okay, so we just uh, if you can see a drop down arrow like this here, you press that, and if you select transform, then all those properties that you want to edit will show up. Cool. So if I want to change the size, I can just uh, put a size. If I click here, and I can just enter a size that I want, it's based on percentage. So like right now it's at 100%. If I want to decrease the size, I can enter a value smaller than 100. Or there is an simply you can drag this towards the left like this. So the size is decreasing. If you want to change the position, you can simply drag these two things. The position, it in After Effects follows the XY coordinate system. So the first attribute here is the X coordinate and the second one is Y coordinate. If I change the first coordinate, it will move along the X coordinate, X axis. It will move along the X axis, and if I change the second one, it will move along the Y axis. So just place your video where in whichever position you like. So I feel like this looks better. This looks best. And if you want to scroll in, if you want to zoom in, you can just use the uh, scroll option in your mouse. Like I'm just scrolling in to zoom, scrolling out to zoom out. It's very easy. You can just try that. So after you have placed your video, we just need to uh, trim out. We need to cut out all the parts that is not required. Like if you can see the video which I had made earlier, which I had shown you earlier. As you can see here, only my face is visible. It's similar to the movies as well. Like the only the face of we just need to select out our face. So for that we are going to use an effect that is called masking. So make sure that you are at the first frame of your timeline, and now we are going to mask out our face. So if you can see, there is this tools box, right? Everyone must be having this tools panel at the top. So just select the pen tool. The pen tool, it literally looks like a pen. It's just near to the T. So if you can click on that, the pen tool will be selected. So the pen tool allows us to create a mask. A mask is basically we have cut out something from a video or an image. That's what we are going to do. Select the layer that we are working on. The layer is basically the video, and we can just simply click onto this composition area to select some points. Since you all are beginners and masking is like a pretty difficult thing, you can just simply click on various points to create a mask. You can create, make sure that you can make these lines curved as well if you drag your cursor, drag your mouse while you are placing a new point. Uh, but because but this is not really needed. We can just simply create a rough mask right now. Just select out the face, and as you can see, we have cut out just my face, and the rest everything is black. Is everyone able to mask this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just wait for 1 minute so you all guys can follow. Okay, if anybody has joined late, uh, you can just download the software. Okay, after we have made the mask, we just need to make sure that the mask follows my face. Like if I move it right now, you can see it is not following properly. So just click on the mask settings and right click, and there is then option of track mask. When you click on track mask, we can see a panel called tracker is set up this towards the right side of your screen. So select face tracking outline only method. Okay, there is this, initially it would be a method position. So select the face tracking method and click this arrow. It's basically it will track the mask easily. Now it will follow my face only. The After Effects software is automatically detecting where my face is. So right now you can see the mask that we have created. It's very sharp on my face. So just to make it a little bit smoother, what we are going to do is we are going to feather the mask. Again, when you click on this arrow, a drop down menu will come for that, which has all the options for the mask. Just make increase this feather value to say like something around 100 will do. Now you can see the mask is a little bit smooth, and it, it resembles to what Tony Stark we can see. Like, here the mask is little bit smooth. So we have just feathered it so it resembles people. So once this is done, we need to add the HUD elements now. Similar to how we imported our main video, we are going to import this. Just drag and drop it to the After Effects menu, After Effects interface, and then drag it to the timeline. After you have just imported your uh, video, sorry, the HUD interface, you can change its blending mode to add. So you can uh, set like the HUD elements are visible over my face. If you can't see this blending mode option, you can click on the toggle switch modes. Like if your composition looks like this, sorry, your interface looks like this, you can just toggle switch to get this mode. And when you click on uh, this option or menu, something like this will appear, and just select add, and after that it will be looking like this. Make sure that the video that you have just imported, that is the HUD interface video, that is above the layer of the original video that we have been working on which we had applied the mask. So if you now just play the video, you can already see like uh, it is somewhat similar to the Iron Man effect, but still it's not finished because we need to make sure that this uh, interface that we have just added, it follows our actor or our actor's action, right? I'll just show you the finished video once again. So you can see the HUD elements follow my actions, right? Like if you see this part here, see this interface, it's following how I move. If I move to left, it moves along with me. If I move to right, it moves along with me. So we just need to make sure we need to apply this too. So there is an option in After Effects to track the motion of anything, like you can track. So right now we are going to track the movement of uh, my my face. So to track the face, we can pre-compose this video. If you right click on this, uh, many options will appear. So we can pre-compose, select the option pre-compose. Now what this option does is basically creates another composition with only the uh, video inside that you have selected to pre-compose. So we are going to do that only. Make sure that you need to check this option, move all attributes into the new composition. When you have selected this option, and after this click on this checkbox, that is adjust composition during to the time span, and after this all is set, you can just press OK. Or before, if you want to rename that file, you can rename. I'll just rename it to my name. Press OK, and we have created a composition, another separate composition. After you have made the pre-composition, just a simple thing is there. You need to like, if you can see the tracker panel here, open that tracker panel and select track camera option. While the layer which we have just pre-composed, that should be selected. Click on track camera, and then After Effects will analyze the movement, all the movements of how my face is moving. After you have clicked on the track camera, it will take some time to detect all the movements, and then it will generate a point, some points which are tracked. So I hope everybody is able to get these points after the camera tracking is done. Even if camera tracking is done, if it doesn't show up, you can just click on the 3D camera tracker here. There is this effect called 3D camera tracker that has been just created. So when you click on that, you will be able to see these points. Now when you hover your mouse over the just tracked composition, so you can see like this dark red circle is coming. So this basically is like a plane in front of your face. It takes any of the 3 points because 3 points are needed to generate a plane, and using those 3 points, it generates a plane which remains stationary compared to those 3 points. Uh, See, like if I select it here, some 3 points are getting selected. So it is creating a plane parallel to those 3 points. Now, when these 3 points move, that plane also moves according to those 3 points. So this way, a plane has been generated that remains parallel to whatever movement that I do. Okay, so just we can select any plane that we want. So if you see the original video, like there are many elements that I have inserted. So this huge circle, this is which it is in front of my cheek, and this marker thing, it's in front of my eye. So we can create a plane in front of my eye and cheek to get these two things, right? We'll create two separate planes for this. So just select some points that are best suited. Like I feel this one is perfect. So left click once and then right click. And when you click right click, use the option create solid and camera. Then some colored plane will appear, and when you move through the timeline, you can see that plane is following your movements. After we have just created this plane, uh, again we need to pre-compose this. Right click, pre-compose, but this time we are going to use the option leave all attributes in the layer, whatever we, because the camera tracking all the info is in this layer and we need to use that. Just leave all attributes in HDR Ironman and click OK. So when you select the uh, layer on which we have tracked the camera, there will be this effect called 3D camera tracker. When you click on that, all the options, sorry, all the dots will appear. Once you have pre-composed, just double click on that composition. It will open in a separate menu, in a separate layer panel. We can remove this track solid one layer because it is not required. We don't need this pink background or whatever color you are getting on your PC. Just click on that layer and press delete. It will delete that layer. And now we can import the HUD effect into this. So I'm just going to copy this Iron Man effect that we had just imported into this track solid decomposition. To copy, you can use the shortcuts Control C and Control V, just like we had originally done. For we are going to scale it so that only one of these uh, interfaces is visible. So right now I'm going to select this circle So scale your video accordingly and change the positions so that only the circle is visible. Go back to the original composition and just change the blending mode from normal to add. Cool.
Cool.
And
Yeah, yeah.
disable the you can toggle the visibility of that original Iron Man layer. We don't need it right now,
Okay,
so
okay.
only something like this is visible. Now if you move, you can see that is moving along the effect that we have just imported. It is moving along with my face. So only like a few adjustments are remaining to make it look like proper Iron Man effect. When you click on the tracker that we have just created, we can now adjust its positions. Okay, like right now it's just stuck to my face. We need to change this, like it should be a little far away. So since this is 3D tracked, you can now change the Z axis as well. The XY part is just attached to my face, and if you change the Z axis, then it will move away from my face. So again, when you click on the transform settings, now you'll get a lot of options. This time X rotation, Y rotation, Z rotation will be there. Everything is there. So we can change the Z axis. It's going far. You can even change the Y axis and X axis according to your choice. You can change the rotation, like how it is going to look, what alignment should be there. You can change all these settings. So just tweak the settings according to what you feel is best. Right now, since it's just looking like a single layer, and it should be somewhat 3D. If you see the video or the Iron Man effect, you can see it's 3D, not just a single thing. So we can add a 3D effect by masking. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a mask over this, over the pre-composed setting, and we'll select out some parts of this circle, and then we'll create a duplicate of that, so uh, it looks a bit 3D. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See, right now there is two options, right? There are two circles, this one and then this one. So we are just going to remove this part from this original circle and shift it in the front. Select the layer, and then we can use the pen tool and create a small mask. So after that, you can just create a simple mask. Okay, and now I'm just going to duplicate this layer. Okay, so select the layer that we were working on, the Iron Man one, and press Control D. Control D basically allows you to duplicate anything. Now in the duplicate layer, go to the mask, and when you see the mask, we need to change the mode from add to subtract. If you do this, then the whole thing will be visible again, but now these are two separate layers. Like the inner circle is in a different layer and this outside circle is in different layer. Now you can work on all these layers individually. So we can build a somewhat 3D effect like that. So again, if you go to the transform settings, and if you change the Z axis now, which Z position, now you can see both are separated. Now change it accordingly, so it looks like this inner inside circle is in front of the other circle. You can change the size as well, whatever you want. You can increase the size. Now when you move, see it's 3D now. It's in 3D. You can again change the positions and all according to what you feel is best. Just do some tweaking, whichever position you feel is best, whichever looks best, you can use that. And if you want to repeat the process again for the smaller circle, you can do that too. Similarly, you all can add other elements as well. Like right now, there's only one circle. You can add the rest of the elements in a similar manner. We can just create another track camera. Sorry, we can create another plane. See, just create another plane, create solid. You'll get that plane, recompose it, use the option leave all attributes in HUD Iron Man, then go to that layer, go to that pre-composition, delete whatever track solid or the blue part was there, import the Iron Man footage here into that plane, and then you can select whatever part you want to show, change the fit it accordingly using the scale properties, or if you know how to use the cursor settings, you can use that. Change the blending mode to add, and then boom, you have another created, another layer added. You can see the arrows here, right? That allows you to move in the x and y directions. This way you can add many such objects, like however you want, how many you want, you can add those. Like I, in the final video, I've added these many. You can add anywhere you want. Just this is the same process. Keep doing it again and again, then you'll get this. Also, the thing you're duplicating is the layer itself, not the mask. Okay, so you need to duplicate the layer, and then in the different layer you can change the mask setting, not in the same layer. Just make sure that. So only one thing is remaining here. You can add all the effects later, all the other elements later. Only one thing's remaining, that is the color. Like if you see the Iron Man still from the Avengers or the movie, you can see whatever the color of the HUD is, that is being uh, like that light is on his face. Okay, so we just need to make that change. Right now, it my face is has white light on it. We can change the color of it using an effect called curves. Okay, so go to the effects and presets channel, presets, effects and presets menu, search for an effect called curves. Okay, and make sure that the layer on which the original video is, just drag and drop the effect called curves on that layer. All right, then you'll get something like this. A graph will be there. If you know Photoshop, you will understand what this exactly does, but I'll just give you a brief idea. If you change this white line, like if you select this and uh, move it upwards, then the light intensity is increasing. If you decrease it, it's getting a little bit darker. This way you can get the optimal lighting. And if you want some additional blue in this, you can select the channel, instead of RGB you can select it to blue, and now you can just increase the blue a little bit. You can similarly use the other colors as well. You can increase green, you can decrease red, whatever uh, whatever is the color of the HUD footage you are using. It depends on that. Since the HUD footage of that we are using right now, that is cyan, so I am increasing blue and green while reducing red. So we get a similar effect. Also, you can decrease the light intensity like this. See, right now all of my elements were blue, that's why I just created one curve. But if you have some other element, like say red in color, then you might have to duplicate the footage. Okay, when you duplicate the original footage, you can create a small mask around it, right? So let's suppose that something in above my forehead is red in color. I've created a mask over that, and for this I can change the setting. Like now you can see the it is looking a bit different, right? Okay, so for this, select red, and now increase the red. Okay, like this, you can get different colors. And there is just one last thing you can do to improve your effect. You can add a glow. You can just drag the glow effect, search it in the effects and presets panel, drag it over all this layers, and change the glow intensity radius as you wish. So like now you can see there is a certain glow to your HUD element. So this is the Iron Man HUD effect. You can shoot a video on your own. You can apply, you can repeat the same procedure to apply the effect.